Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of the UGC NTA Net Special Packet. So today, let's go through the next bunch of solved questions and answers from UGC Question Bag. To the questions and answers. List 1. 1. Good sense is the body of poetic genius. 2. Poetry is the breath and a finer spirit of all knowledge. 3. Literary criticism is a description and evaluation of its object. 4. Nature never set forth the earth in as rich a tapestry as diverse poets have done. List 2. 1. Brooks, the formalist critic. 2. Sidney, defense or an apology for poetry. 3. Wordsworth, preface to lyrical ballads. 4. Coleridge, Biographia Literaria. The answer is option A. In which of the following travel books does Mark Twain give an account of his visit to India? Options: A. A Tramp Abroad. B. Roughing It. C. The Innocents Abroad. D. Following the Equator. The answer is option D. Following the Equator. William Blake's famous poems such as London, The Sick Rose and The Tiger appear in options: A. Songs of Innocence. B. Songs of Experience. C. The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. D. Vision of the Daughters of Albion. The answer is option B. Songs of Experience. Who among the following English artists illustrated the novels of Dickens and Scott? Options: A. Richard Hogarth. B. Joshua Reynolds. C. George Cruikshank. D. John Tenniel. The answer is option C. George Cruikshank. The last of Gulliver's Travels is to options: A. The land of the Hunims. B. The land of Homo sapiens. C. The land of the hurricanes. D. The Newfoundland. The answer is option A. The land of the Hunims. Madame Merle is a character in options: A. The Great Gatsby. B. The Portrait of a Lady. C. The Jungle. D. The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. The answer is option B. The Portrait of a Lady. In which of the following scenes of The Wasteland do we have a departure from Standard English? Options: A. The typist scene. B. The pub scene. C. The Hyacinth Garden scene. D. The Chapel Perilous scene. The answer is option B. The pub scene. The words "if it were done when it's done, then it were well, it were done quickly" are uttered by options: A. Hamlet. B. Lear. C. Othello. D. Macbeth. The answer is option D, Macbeth. John Dryden's Absalom and Achitophel is a options A. Religious tract, B. Political allegory, C. Comic verse epic, D. Comedy. The answer is option B. Political allegory. The term the comedy of menace is associated with the early plays of options A. Arnold Wesker, B. John Arden, C. Harold Pinter, D. David Hare. The answer is option C. Harold Pinter. Examine the following statements and identify one of them which is not true. Options A. Rudyard Kipling died in the year 1936. B. He was born in India but schooled in England. C. He returned to India as a police constable in Burma. D. He is the author of Jungle Book and Barrack Room Ballads. The answer is option C. He returned to India as a police constable in Burma. If dash comes, can dash be far behind? This is the last line from Shelley's Ode to the West Wind. Options A. Winter, spring. B. Autumn, summer. C. Wind, rains. D. Spring, winter. The answer is option A. Winter, spring. If winter comes, can spring be far behind? The following passages are the very first lines of well-known works. Match the lines and the works. List 1. 1. Let's go then, you and I. 2. Call me Ishmael. 3. When shall we three meet again? 4. He disappeared in the dead of winter. 5. I wish either begot me. List 2. A. Moby Dick. B. Macbeth. C. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. D. Tristram Shandy. E. In Memory of W.B. Yeats. The answer is option A. Let's go then, you and I. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Call me Ishmael. Moby Dick. When shall we three meet again? Macbeth. He disappeared in the dead of winter. In Memory of W.B. Yeats. I wish either begot me. Tristram Shandy. Which of the following is not a revenge tragedy? Options A. Hamlet. B. The Duchess of Malfi. C. Walpole. D. Gorboduc. The answer is option C. Walpole. What is a neologism? Options A. A word with roots in a native language. B. A word whose meaning changes with every renewed use. C. A word newly coined or used in a new sense. D. An obsession with new words and phrases. The answer is option C, a word newly coined or used in a new sense. Which of the following is not true of Edward Said's Orientalism? Options. A. Makes use of Foucault's concept of discursive formulation. B. Is one of the founding texts of post-colonial theory. C. Makes use of Barth's concept of writerly text. D. Utilizes the Gramscian notion of hegemony. The answer is option C. Makes use of Barth's concept of writerly text. Among the following novels, a novel has more than one ending. Options. A. Lucky Jim. B. The Prime of Jean Broudy. C. The French Lieutenant's Woman. D. The Clockwork Orange. The answer is option C. The French Lieutenant's Woman. You have seen how a man was made a slave. You shall see how a slave was made a man is an example of options. A. Bathos. B. Epistrophe. C. Chiasmus. D. Anticlimax. The answer is option C. Chiasmus. Which of the following statements is not correct? Options. A. Chaucer used the rhyme royal, a stanzaic form, in some of his major poems. B. Chaucer was the author of The Legend of Good Women. C. Chaucer wrote in English when the court poetry of his day was written in Anglo-Norman and Latin. D. Chaucer wrote the book named The Governor. The answer is option D. Chaucer wrote the book named The Governor. Thank you for watching English Mirror. If you like this video, please share and subscribe.